Your school teacher showed you photos of Black Panthers with guns. Your textbooks painted them as militants, as threats to the American way of life. But in 1966, when they began patrolling the streets of Oakland to protect their community from police brutality, they carried law books alongside their weapons. They knew their rights and they made sure that others knew them too. What your history class never taught you? The FBI's COINTELPRO targeted them relentlessly. Police gunned down Panthers in the streets. Informants infiltrated their ranks. But why such force against a group that was feeding thousands of hungry children every morning? That opened free health clinics in neighborhoods where people were dying from treatable diseases like sickle cell anemia. That created schools while the system trapped generations in poverty. The textbooks will not tell you that the Panthers brought together people from poor white communities, poor Latinx communities, indigenous ones, all fighting side by side as members of the working class. Because once people realize that their real enemy is not their neighbor, but the system that is crushing them both, that is when change becomes unstoppable. They will not teach you about Fred Hampton, the 21-year-old Panther leader so effective at building coalitions that Chicago police shot him while he slept next to his pregnant girlfriend. The same system that killed him is the same one that murdered Tamir Rice playing in a park, that choked Eric Garner on a sidewalk to death, that shot Breonna Taylor in her own home. Your teachers called it history. We call it a pattern. And those radical demands that your textbooks mocked that the Black Panthers were fighting for, affordable housing, healthcare, education, freedom from police brutality. Does that sound familiar? We're still fighting for every single one of those right now in 2025. The Panthers were not the villains of history that your books make them out to be. They were the warning that the United States does not want you to understand. A warning of what happens when communities stop asking nicely. When people realize that nobody's coming to save them. When the oppressed finally say enough and start building the world that they deserve. The Black Panther story is not finished. Their spirit is alive in every mutual aid network, every community defense program, and every act of resistance today.